There is much smoke. Still not as bad as Oregon last year before we left. Want some lip balm?
Yes.
Look at Tucker back there.
With his foot in
Look
there.
at him back there.
With his foot in there.
Which, all of them.
He's
Oh my goodness, he's so adorable. That is hilarious.
There's two upper paws and
Oh, I need a
two-
light. What? It's too dark, I need a light.
Two upper paws
Oh, it's so smoky.
and two lower paws.
He's got all the paws.
Yeah, he's very ingenious.
Put that there. That's a little bit better. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. We were commenting on how comfortable Tucker is over there. He's the puppy mill guy. So he had a rough lot the first 6 years of his life. So when I adopted him, I made the promise that I would be his best friend and take care of him till his last breath, God willing. Yeah, and not give him back to rescue or none of that. Just so it does my heart good to see him over. Actually, I think this is him. I don't know. You'd have to ask Shannon, the lady that made it. The embroiderer in Omaha. She can confirm or deny it, but I mean it's his exact markings. And we were dating at this time. It's the rescue that they all came from, Basset Beagle Rescue of the Heartland. Yeah, that's how I got my family. We're all getting old. Mom and I were clowning around today, taking pictures. We were having fun. We were living analog today. Unplugging, and except for we were watching a lot of Monk. It's really smoky here in New Mexico, and come to find out, somebody said, I don't know, whether it's true is here nor there. Somebody said earlier there's like 30 fires burning, and then later you start seeing all these reports about how the frickin' forestry department had the brilliant idea to do these controlled burns. And they got out of hand, and so now it's just everything's on. It's the end of the world, folks. Welcome to it.
You have to pull it all out.
Well, there's fires everywhere, Ma. There's burning all over the place. Everything's and it's Operation Error, end user error, just bad, just not practical thinking. That's what I got to talk to me and Mr. Risky Man. We talked for 45 minutes today. Usually we check in like once a week, every couple, no longer than like a couple of weeks. He's the smartest man I've ever met. Mr. Risky, hands down. He's lived on this farm 117 years, and we had the conversation today. I said, would you ever leave the farm? He said, yep.
Really?
Yep. He's like, things are getting bad. They're trying to annex his property, which means that the city takes it. I was like, oh yeah, it's yours, but we're just going to take more taxes. It's more bureaucratic bullshit. It's more fucking people in suits just ruining people's lives. He was at a city meeting. I'm so proud to know this man. And he stood up. I'm so proud to know this man. And he said, you people are just messing with people's lives. You're just messing with, we're just trying to get by, and you're just screwing with people, and all we ask you to do is be honest with us. That's it. And they haven't been honest. And you know what he's doing tomorrow? Go, Mr. He's going to try and see if he can get a judge to stop the vote to annex and tell the group of farmers that they're trying to annex get proper legal representation
Oh.
because they don't have any.
Oh.
See, I know lawyers suck because my brother is one. They just ruin people's lives. But see, there's good, decent, hard-working people in this country. I'm just waiting for more of them to start showing up. That's what I'm waiting for. That's why I was like, Mr. Iski, today I was starting to weird kid bounce because I was like, for what's coming, the next part of what's coming, you know? And he's seeing it too from his perspective as his life experience and from where he sits and all the data points that he's collecting. A 67-year-old man, 5th generation farmer in Nebraska, Nebraska, you know. They have state parks with his last name on it. So, I mean, he's like, everybody knows Aniski there, and, you know, just a good old boy. He's done a favor he's just a good guy. And there's a lot of people like that. There's getting less. But we were talking about it. I said, there's so many people that just they're not capable. They don't have basic life skills, Mr. Iski. They don't know how to fix things. And better yet is if something like mechanical or a car breaks down, they won't even try. Won't even try. They're just like, get on their cell phone, call somebody, come get them. And I my whole life I've tried to put myself in a position that even if the end of the world came, that I'd be able to handle whatever came up. As far, you know, I've been playing survival skill kid since I was 5 years old. I found a couple photo albums. I showed them Mom today, and all the pictures verify it. You know, I mean, I learned a lot in the Air Force. I learned a lot. I learned some in college. I learned more on my hands-on with my... I love fixing stuff. And there's a lot of people these days that don't have the aptitude to even troubleshoot things. And I was trying to encourage these guys that I know. I'm like, man, I just want to have a space, a shop, just an indoor closed area to work on mechanics outside of the elements. You know, the wood stove, stuff like that. You know, just not being in the dirt up off the ground. Although it would be cool to have a lift and stuff like that, or at least have bays beneath stuff like. See, when I was spoiled in the Air Force, I had all the amenities, right? We had all the luxuries. You know, but you got to get resourceful. And I know a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge. They just don't have a lot of access. So I was like, man, we need it. Because everybody around here, they all drive the same. Well, on the lower end of the people that I'm talking to, the people on the lower end of the economic spectrum, the poor people that are just trying to get by and feed their families and stuff like that. I'm talking about those people, you know. And ain't nobody answer the phone around here. It's all automated, and it just puts you in a loop. So it gets all the employees off the hook. That's for sure. But anyway, the fixer. And I was telling him today, I said, Mr. Iski, people they're inept. They are. They're not prepared for what I see that's coming, man. I'm like, it looks brutal. He's like, yep. He's like, yeah, absolutely. He's like, they will perish. They will perish. And it's just, like, even this beautiful area, Susanville. I used to drive down there for years. For, like, you know, because I like to drive. And I drove all over Nebraska. I got freaking so many pictures all over the place. Susanville. And they're freaking, or not Susanville. Is it Susan? No, I gotta verify that, because anyway, because all the fucking they're buying up all the property for their data warehouses, their server plants. So Google, Yahoo, all of them, they're just all freaking, they're taking all that beautiful land where people used to hang out, their families picnic and fish, and they're just gonna replace all that with fucking servers and cables and it just doesn't even make any sense. It's so crazy. But yeah, I was like, Mr. Guess it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. He's just like, oh well. I've heard his oh well. I've known him 22 years now. He's like the most solid foundation, like, relationship I've ever had, you know? And so he's seen the whole gamut of me. All of it. And cuz he's the one I call. Cuz everybody needs somebody that just you can just reason stuff out with. Just hash it. Just get these thoughts out of your head. Because oftentimes you got to get the stuff out of your head and it makes it smaller. It does. It's like it reduces the power of it somehow, you know? Well, that's how it is for me. I mean, God, it took me years and years. I was an obsessive kid. I used to think about the same thing over and over and over, and I'd get stuck on stuff, and I want to learn everything about it and all that stuff. So it's taken a lot of years to learn how to become disciplined. You know, focus, learn to direct your thinking and focus your thinking in other ways. It's taken me a long time. So I was telling Mr. Iskia, that's what I was trying to do. I'm trying to encourage these young people, these people that are younger than me, behind me, learn a trade. You know. So I was telling him how I want to, these guys, I said we should just start a machine shop around here. It's because they all drive the same make and models of SUVs and trucks. And they're all interchangeable parts. All the parts are all interchangeable and, but just start manufacturing the parts. Because they're going to start getting harder and harder to get. Or people are going to start stockpiling them and charging for more money because everybody's really greedy. We're coming to the highest collective point of wave of bullshit that the planet has seen in a long time. Because of the nature of humanity in which it's happening right now. As well as Mother Earth's her changes that she's going through. I personally am excited. I'm hoping Turtle Island's coming back around, I mean, fires happen a lot. They've happened all over the place every year, every place. Always fires, because I'm always paying attention. I grew up where I was afraid that there'd be fires, and I was afraid that Mount Shasta, the volcano, was going to erupt. Or Mount Lassen. I was afraid of a lot of stuff. I became unafraid of a lot of things in my life. I don't even mind rejection. Rejection doesn't even bother me. A bit. At all. People like to reject me. It makes them feel good. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've been rejected a lot. And that's fine. That's okay. It doesn't bother me. That's what we're here to do, is like have life experiences, right? Right? Isn't that right, Ma?
That's right.
Just try stuff out here and there.
A little at a time.
Yeah, you're not always going to mesh with everybody. I don't know. It's better than a K. It's better than a K. So the fixers, yeah, I wanted to start. I make a place where we just machine the same parts that are continually breaking and stuff like that. People are going back to community living. They're gonna have to. Oh, and I even asked him today. I was like, "Would you ever leave that place? Would you ever leave that place? Would you ever just pack it up and get on the road?" He's lived there his whole life, 67 years. Iski Farm, right? He's like, yep, didn't even hesitate, Ma. He didn't even hesitate. I was like, okay, all right. Things are, I got to look at that planetary cycle. If there's a cycle of I mean, he helped both of his parents cross in that house, you know? I mean, that's his whole life. But you know, his gal, she just beat the big C. So I was glad to hear that she's she's cancer free, and it was a rough going there for a while. It always is, you know. Um. So sometimes it's just time to move on, you know. Sometimes they just move on. No, there wasn't. Okay, so what's half of 50? 118. 959. See, the sun's starting to go down, and I don't like it when they're not in when the sun goes down, because the things that start to eat things start coming out, and I don't like it. So, who stopped by? Hi, Landed 10. Yeah, that's exactly right. I totally dig that. That's totally, and Mr. Iski's like that too. He's always helping somebody. He's a really fine example. But that's the thing, is he keeps me going, because I don't really value people's opinions and what they tell me when they haven't gone through any experiences. It's like they're like little plastic pawns to me, kind of thing, when they're trying to like, I guess it's a case by case scenario. But Mr. Iski, he walks the walk, he talks the talk. He took like 3 months off his civilian job. He worked off at Air Force Base in C3, and when his mom and I was there for his mom's funeral. I don't know where I was for his dad's, but I was there for his mom's. I saw him in a suit. Mr. Iski cleans up real nice. Yeah. So they're all doing this. The mayors are doing all this. They're buying all this for this special this bro club bullshit, man. It's all bro club bullshit, and it's for the what's it called? NC3 Enterprise Center. It's just all bullshit. It's so stupid. They always get their fucking sheet cakes and it's just all pageantry bullshit. And they just ruin people's lives. It has nothing to do with security or safety. Their fucking readiness is shit. You know, their employees are lazy. It's just an $88 million, or was it billion? It's probably $1 billion. Is what they've allotted. It's just I know the mentality of these people that are creating these projects, because they're my age and a little older, 20 maybe 15 years old, but like in their 50s and stuff like that. So I mean, I know the mentality that they grew up in. They're still just the geeky kid, that dream big. They got it. They made it. They just don't have good ideas. They're not fixing stuff. They're not doing anything to make it better. They're just hiring all their friends and their buddies, and it's all, these special clubs, and they keep opening an office here and creating, and I've been talking about it for years, keep opening offices. Nobody answers the phone. The help never goes to the people. I can attest for that. I'm not an idiot, and mom and I are still not in the place that, we could be, and we ain't looking for nothing fancy. And now more people are gonna be misplaced, and so there's more. It's just like it was. It's just fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Every time it's like I don't even worry anymore. I just like close my eyes and step off the ledge. Close my eyes and stuff off the ledge, and then there's these hands just in the dark that grab you, and they just kind of set you down. Okay, we're gonna shift into this direction and go this way. Yeah. And my cats are too cute too. They are. They're too cute. Little bumper butts. Hey, no. Alright, so the fixers. I'm glad to know I'm glad I know a lot of fixers. I do. So I mean, like, and he's such a vast human being too, because I mean he's a very spiritual guy. It's always don't sweat the small stuff, and it's always small stuff. Well, but when he said that today, when I said, man, I'm looking and I just see like, this, so many people that should have learned how to look for water sources instead of spend so many hours on Fortnite, stuff like that. It's just not looking pretty. And if he sees things how I see, because the way he was talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe I was hearing and to hear him say, oh well. I'm like, it's not looking good. Oh well. I said, what do you think about those 12 or those 20 food processing plants that are burning down? Oh. I said, can I put that on a tape recorder, or can I just call you every single time I need you? Mr. Iskey, give me an oh well. Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm glad I know how to do stuff. I could make a gourmet meal over a frickin' open fire frickin' 30 years before Isabel Page. That's funny. Kids are cute though. They are. Anyway, I think I'm done. Been running my mouth. The fixers. I'm trying to find more and more of the fixers, because there certainly are many breakers. Breaker. They suck, man. People. That's what bureaucrats do, is they just create a hindrance. I've seen it. Oh my gosh, it's just the nonsense. It's like coming up with the least practical thing to do. Let's go ahead and go that way. Because they're just friends. They're just a group of friends. Or if somebody comes in from the outside, they check out their background. Oh, if they're cool, okay, we'll bring them into our little... But people aren't qualified. People don't know how to solve problems. People don't know how to fix things. And Mom even said today, people don't even try. They don't even try. Since I was a kid, I mean, I've been taking apart stuff and putting stuff back together mechanically and other way. I just always want to know how things work. And now something breaks, somebody freaking throws it away, gets another one. Well, we grew up, we didn't have the money to replace things. So if it broke, it was gone. We just went without it. Go without it. We went without a lot of stuff. So I started just taking things apart, just seeing what I could see. Lo and behold, this probably went over here. I mean, you can figure stuff out, or I did. Let me try this and this and this, and oh look, plug it back. Oh, it works. Okay. I always tried. People don't try, man, or they just hire somebody. But look around. I was talking. I had to call him back. I was like, I call him back. I said, do you remember when they had when they used fire breaks? Why don't they use... I remember when, like, they had crews of people, because I grew up in Northern California in Redding, and like a lot of the, everybody would come and feed them, and it's always about because you always see them, like, sleeping in the parking lots at the grocery store, just everywhere you could... People, they're all laid up because they're just exhausted, because that's back when they worked really, really hard. Now, a lot of times, they just let it burn and then tell people to evacuate. I got an evacuation notice about 45 minutes ago. An emergency alert 52 minutes ago. Mora County immediate evacuation for North and South Mora communities. Evacuees leaving Mora must utilize 434 to Angel Fire, 442 to Wagon Mound, or 518 north of Taos. These roads will be open for evacuation only. No entry allowed. Shelters are Pinecasso High School, Red River Convention Center, and Taos County Fairgrounds. And you know what's stupid? Is that there's hotels, empty hotels all over the place, but they're taking their COVID money and they're all renovating. So they can charge the tourist around here 3 times as much. It's just so, it doesn't make any... And that's why that's why we're coming to a collective wave of bullshit now. Absolutely. Collective wave. Because people are just... Because there's people that spend the money... and they're douchey, and they just don't care about people. So, find the fixers. Find a fixer. Make friends with the fixer. We like home-cooked meals. I like a home-cooked meal. I like a home-cooked meal. You know. Find a fixer. Take care of the fixers, because there's not a lot of them. There's a lot of not like I was thinking about that, like the Cub King, and like even like the Peace Dealer, and like that like these people that just have these really big, like much bigger YouTube channels than me, you know. I just always wondered, what do they do if they are like stuck in the desert? Like, how they get out, you know? Like, like when if we're being in a position, like, you really gotta get yourself through it. We're gonna find out. I'm actually feel pretty good about things, because regardless of what happens, you know, power goes out, me and Mom, we're just gonna be laughing, huh, Ma? Because I got 48 years of freaking data retrieval of a lot of freaking funny stuff of my own material, and I'm always thinking, yeah, we a long time ago, I determined what was valuable to me in life, and it was never stuff. It wasn't even places, because the way I feel about it, my spirit has already been to a lot of these places, and I've been to a lot of places, and most places it always just looks like, oh yeah, this looks like a place I've already been before. Same terrain, you know. They might talk a little bit different. Hi, Nate. But yes, people are collectively seeing that the world is headed to a very, very peculiar place. And a lot of people aren't ready for it. They're just not. I mean, you can tell people are disheveled. So many fearful people, man. I saw this snippet of this big guy. This guy was big. He was in a mall with his daughter, and these little punk ass kids were harassing he and his daughter and his wife, you know. And you could tell his wife is just like, shut up, you know. And he's like, you little... All I just picture is these little teenage kids is like grabbing them by the scruff of their neck and bending them over my knee and be like, phones out, and spanking them on the ass. Like, you little bat, like, I'm sorry nobody told you not to act this way. I'm sorry nobody taught you that you don't do that. I'm sorry that both of your parents weren't around. I'm sorry that whatever circumstances got you here, it doesn't give you a right to try and instill fear of people. It was a whole little fucking litter of them. These little fucking little bitch kids. I don't know where these people's parents are. I don't understand. There's all these they're like little pods of just little fucking bullshit. It was a couple weeks ago. I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I run, grab my keys, get my van, drive over there, my little minivan. Because these kids I look over and they just start freaking wailing on each other. And I go and I stop because by the time I got over there, they're like driving away. I'm like, what the fuck? They just jumped us. I'm like, why would you get out? It's just bullshit. Kid bullshit. Just people being stupid. And then these kids that are, acting dumb at 15, they're going to be 22. It's not going to be good. So, yeah, people are freaking losing it. They're losing it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Hey, Ma? Yeah? We always got Monk, huh, Ma?
Yeah.
Monk and Northern Exposure.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah, Mr. Iski, even he doesn't even watch the news anymore. He's like, I just get mad. It's just more nonsense. It's stupid. It's like there's a lot of people that eat a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people are really comfortable in their life situations, but I guarantee that there are more people that are not. And so for those people, oh my God, it's just, it's crazy, Ma. All over. Because for a lot of people in my feeds, they're just having a good old time. They're just having a great time. They have no idea, Ma,
Of what?
about what's coming next.
Oh, it's going to come against them?
Yeah, and you never know. You never know if it's because so many more people are in the room are starting to look at that perspective.
Yeah.
Because, here I am with my life experience as a 48-year-old female, which lets me to where I am, is come to the conclusion of how I see it, and that adds up to the same thing that Mr. Iski in Omaha, Nebraska, or La Platte, Nebraska, 67 years old, and all he knows, he's coming up to the same conclusions. That it's going to get hard for a lot of motherfucking people, and a lot of people are not used to it.
No, they're not.
So,
They're going to get mad, they're going to start fighting.
oh, well, they already are. They already are. They already are. So, anyway. You just gotta laugh. But when he and I were talking, I was like, when did they, because I remember they used to make fire lines in Central California, and they did that too. They'd get like all these bulldozers, like a whole bunch of them, like a bunch of them, and just clear a strip of land around where the fire was headed to stop it from, but see, nobody wants to work. Nobody does it, so they let it burn and just, okay, get out, and when it dies down and burns down, they're there to, they get paid a lot. But twatter all over today. It was sad to see all this the forestry department thought it'd be a good day to do controlled burns, and it wasn't. And so this is the world we get, because stupid people are making decisions, and I'm ready for the change of leadership. I'm willing to take my part in it. Absolutely. My life experience, oh my good, or my whole career experience, all of it collectively, all of my experience, oh my goodness, it far supersedes anything that anybody in any seat that is sitting in this fucking state has. far surpasses it. They're all fucking lawyers. They can't even change a tire. It's the winds of change are blowing, eh, Ma?